Hello everyone, this is Starry Ari's ASMR. I am Ari, and today I have another of my monthly meal planning videos for you. So as you can see, I have my February calendar here laid out. And I need to erase this so that I can fill in a March calendar. So I am set up here in my kitchen. I have a typical disclaimer. Right behind me is a shared wall with our neighbor who has a young child, and sometimes we can quite clearly hear them playing. So I will try my best to limit the background noise, but sometimes it is what it is. So I have done quite a few of these meal planning videos already. If you are interested in any of the other ones, I will include my playlist for those. So this is something that my husband and I like to do. It just kind of keeps us organized, makes it a little bit easier for us. That way each night we're not having to have the conversation of what are we having for dinner. And it makes grocery shopping just so much easier because we can just look at what's coming up that week and just gather the list from there. And this is quite flexible. If you have a really good memory and watched my previous video filling out this February calendar, you'll notice that we moved some things around. We were invited to a dinner here, so we ended up moving a dinner removing it in general. It was one of our simple meals, so this isn't like a set in stone thing, but it's just something we like to do to make our lives just a little bit easier. And we usually do a cute little drawing for the month. So for the month of February, because of Valentine's Day, we did these little roses with little hearts everywhere. So I think that's kind of everything I wanted to explain. Oh, the other thing, I think I explain this in every video, but just in case you haven't seen the other ones, we have these days that are marked FFY. That just stands for Fend for Yourself, and usually that's because we plan to have leftovers from a meal previously, or we know that we have a party or something happening and we just don't need to make a meal. It's a little bit easier for my husband and I to schedule and make sure that we have leftovers from certain meals. So that just makes it easier for us also, so we're not having to cook every single night. So the first thing that I am going to do is just erase this. And I have my paper towel here to be able to do that. My marker does have a little eraser, but it's so small that it would take me 5 years to fully erase this, so I'm not going to use that. I just use this dry paper towel. It makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe everything off. I'm going to move this out of the way. And before I plan out our calendar, my husband and I usually kind of brainstorm some meals that we would like for the upcoming month. And then I just kind of fill in things in between those. also have some cookbooks over here on the side that I might kind of dip into if I'm looking for a meal idea and I'm not entirely sure what I want, but I think I have one in this bottom book that I know that we want to try because we haven't done it before. Okay. There we go. So now it is nice and clear. And the next thing I'm going to do is fill in the month of March. Also, my usual disclaimer, you've probably heard it 100 times. I don't have the best handwriting. We're just going to deal with it. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the numbers, and I'm kind of filming this on kind of a weird timing where the 1st of March does fall on a Saturday, but we're kind of not really planning anything for that Saturday, and I don't want this entire thing to be taken up for me then to have to cut these in half to fit the 30th and the 31st. So I'm just going to start with the 2nd up here. I think I need a new marker. Okay, so we have the month of March filled out now. So the next thing that I'm going to do is fill in any of the days that we're going to be gone. And we do have a trip planned. We're leaving on the 23rd. And we're coming back on the 28th, but probably later in the day. So I've just marked those dates off just because we don't need to plan dinners for those days. And I think that's kind of everything that we have planned this month. I don't think that we have anything else going on. So next thing, I'm just going to go through the month and kind of fill in the meals that we're feeling and come up with other meals as we need. So I think on the 2nd, we were wanting to do DIY pizzas. And then we don't normally have leftovers from our DIY pizzas. pizzas. And this week, our dog is getting a surgery on the 3rd. So we kind of want really simple, easy meals that we're not really having to like put a ton of time into. So on the 3rd, I think that we're gonna do some BLTs. And then on this Tuesday, because we usually have some bacon left over from the BLTs, I think I want us to plan to do baked. Oh my goodness. I think next month I'll have to get a new marker. Baked potatoes. Okay. And just because we like to use the bacon, the leftover bacon, to crumble it on top. Then I'm going to do a fend for yourself. On this Wednesday. And I think I want something really simple on this Thursday too. And we usually get like roasted red bell peppers and sun-dried tomatoes for the DIY pizzas. And oftentimes we'll have leftovers, so I think I'm going to do some balsamic chicken wraps. So we basically just cook up chicken and rice, and then we put that into a tortilla with some balsamic vinegar and seasonings, and we can add the roasted red bell peppers and the sun-dried tomatoes. It's super simple. So let's do that on Thursday, on the 6th. And then on the 7th, we haven't done we have occasion rice dish. And we haven't done that one. I think we may have done that in January, but we didn't do that last month. So I'm gonna fill that in. I hope that you'll be able to see these with the marker writing so lightly. So I'm gonna do that on the Friday. And then I think Saturday, let's do a fend for yourself. And I kind of want something a little bit like heavier on the Sunday that is going to give us some leftovers. And we have a rigatoni meal that I really like from this book. It's the easy rigatoni with sausage and peas. It's really tasty. Gives us a ton of leftovers, and the leftovers heat up really nicely. My husband can usually bring it to work, so I think that we're going to do this one on that Sunday. That's page 98. I'm definitely going to do a fend for yourself on the 10th. And then the 11th. We haven't done our shrimp tacos in a while, so I think I'm going to plan that. We honestly do like one shrimp meal a month because we both just love shrimp. And shrimp's kind of spendy, but we enjoy doing it and we make it work. And then we do usually have some leftovers from that. So let's do another fend for yourself day on the 12th. let's do that on Thursday. And then we usually have leftovers from that, but I'm thinking maybe we can plan on having the leftovers for lunches on Friday or dinner on Saturday. So I want to make a meal on this Friday. And we have a meal that we tried for the first time in December, and we enjoyed it so much that we did it in January. And then we didn't do it in February, but when we were brainstorming meals that we wanted to do this month, this one came up. And it is chicken pot pie soup. And it's just really yummy and super simple. We make it dairy free, and we do like biscuits instead of like a traditional chicken pot pie with a crust. Like, it's really fun having the soup variety and then just having biscuits that we can dip into the soup. So we're gonna do that on the Friday, which means let's do Fend for Yourself on the Saturday. And the 17th is St. Patrick's Day. We don't really celebrate it a ton, but my family growing up used to do corned beef and cabbage around St. Patrick's Day every year, and I just love it. So that's something that my husband and I have done. And instead of having that on the 17th, it's kind of more convenient for us to cook that on Sunday. So we'll do corned beef and cabbage on the 16th. And the 17th, let's do another Fend for Yourself. Okay. Thinking we have a mashed cauliflower side dish that we haven't done from this cookbook. As you can see, we do love our Instant Pot, and I think it's back here. Yes. Oops. The mashed garlic cauliflower dish. I've had mashed cauliflower and I love it. My husband has not, though, and he's kind of suspicious of the texture. So we are going to give this a try, see if he likes it. And we're going to do just some cooked chicken on the side, I think. So let's do mashed cauliflower and chicken on the 18th. Okay, so we have mashed cauliflower and chicken on the 18th. I suspect that we're probably going to have leftovers from that, so I think I'm going to do a Fend for Yourself on the 19th. And the 20th, I'm kind of thinking maybe just something really simple and easy. Just because I'm thinking about us being gone this next week, so I don't want something kind of back to back that's going to have a ton of leftovers. So let's do chef salads on the 20th. And then let's do, my husband really loves gyros. I never know how to say them. I think it's gyro. So we really want to do that this month, and I think that this would be a good day for them because we can finish up any leftover meat that we have from those on Saturday before we leave. So let's do fend for yourself Saturday. I usually like to plan fend for yourself days right before vacation just to make sure that we're eating up any leftovers in the fridge that might go bad while we're gone. Okay. So then we're going to be gone for this week. So I think we're coming back most likely Friday evening. We're going to be spending time with my family, or coming back from my family's house on the 28th. So I think I want something just really simple and easy on the 29th just because we're coming back from traveling. I don't really know if we're going to be in the mood to do something really intensive. So I think, not that any of our meals are extra intensive, but I think I want to do grilled cheese. That's just one of our regulars. We do this one, I think, at least once a month. Just because I love grilled cheese. My husband's lactose intolerant, so he usually just does like a grilled turkey sandwich or just toast with the tomato soup. So let's do just a simple grilled cheese on the 29th. And then I'm thinking for the 30th, I want to do another of our regular meals, and that is pesto pasta. I don't believe we did this in February, but this is just super simple for us. We just get some bow tie pasta, some store-bought pesto. I'm sorry, we don't make our own pesto. And then spinach, mushrooms, any other veggies we want. Sometimes we add chicken, sometimes we just leave it like that. And just mix it all up, and it's really simple but tasty. And we always have leftovers from that, so I'm going to do a fend for yourself on the 31st. And I believe that looks pretty good to me. Kind of thinking about swapping these two. I think I will do that. Just because I do think that we might have leftovers from the Euros for lunch or dinner the next day. And then we could push our salads, which we make just enough for us that one night. We could push that to Saturday if we want. But this way we have that option, and we can kind of be sure that we're using up the meat from the Euros before we leave. Yeah, I think that I like that plan better. Okay. Part of me kind of wants to fill the rest of this week out, but I think I'll leave that because I don't really need to. But I think that this generally looks pretty good. Just kind of giving it one more once over. Maybe should have closed my blinds over here. Lots of shadows, but that's okay. Alright, I think So if you're interested, feel free to check those out. And yeah, again, this isn't set in stone. We move things around, but it's just really convenient to just have something kind of pre-planned, and it just takes kind of that mental load off of having to think about dinner every night. And then I think I've explained this, but we have this little like note section over here. This is where we kind of write out miscellaneous items that we need to pick up from the grocery store. So things that we might not think to check every week when we're putting the list together. So we kind of leave this blank generally, and then when I notice that we need something, we write it out, and then once we get it from the store, we erase it. Okay. I am pretty excited about a few of these meals. We've really loved this chicken pot pie soup. It's really simple too, and we just love our Instant Pot. And I'm always excited about corned beef and cabbage. My husband made us some soda bread last year and it was really tasty, so he's going to try that again this year. And yeah, I think that I'm kind of excited for March. I'm excited for, we have a little trip planned. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you have